Hey folks, Bob Desmond here at the Contrarian Trader, and we're going to do a quick bit of technical analysis on Bitcoin and Ethereum. My email has been buzzing with requests to do a quick video since Bitcoin and Ethereum are under some pressure this evening, so I didn't plan on this. So I kind of get the feeling of what it's like to be a fireman called out in an emergency. So let's get to it. We've been speaking about Bitcoin quite a bit. I have videos posted on the website and on YouTube. You can check them out there. We began speaking about Bitcoin as we began to pull back off of the all-time highs. And I've been cautioning about not panicking and selling your Bitcoin. Even back here, I said, don't go panicking. We'll get a rally back. We got the rally back. And I said, the question is, when we get that rally, will we take out the prior highs? Now, let's just clarify something. Let's get something off the table, because I know a lot of guys out there and gals are saying, your technical analysis may work for stocks, currencies, the price of sugar. It doesn't work for cryptocurrencies. Nothing could be further from the truth. Everything I have said would transpire with regard to Bitcoin and Ethereum and Ripple has played out. All we're doing here is watching price and volume action and support and resistance levels and nothing else. Now, let's talk first about the negatives here. The negative is that we have a head and shoulders setup forming on Bitcoin. Left shoulder, head, rounding top, right shoulder. Here's your neckline. You could use one of the two here. You could either use 13,078.97 or you could use 12,857.69. One of the two. It all depends upon your risk tolerances. Me, what I would do is I would stop out on a close below 12,753.65 on a closing basis, meaning if we close down below, let's keep it simple, this gold line here, I would stop out, because in all probability, we're going to come back down here to 12,057. And if that breaks, brother, look out below. The floodgates are going to open up to the downside for Bitcoin, because the next real serious support level is down here at 92.12. You don't want to wait that long to stop out. Now, for those of you sitting out there thinking, you know what, maybe this is the best buying opportunity that I've seen in a long time, but because I've watched your videos, Bob, and it seems as though every time we hit this lower band of support here, we hold and then we rally. That's a valid point. So if your intent is to buy or put on a position of, let's say, 100 coins, well then, buy 30 now, using the stop on a closing basis right below the support level here. But you need to stop out, and certainly do not go gambling, and it is gambling, by buying 100 coins, which is your intended allotment right now. You want to buy on strength. This is what I call, if you purchase right now, right here, right now, this is what I call scratching the itch. Get it out of the way, but keep it small. Now, what do I like here? Well, I like the fact that we're setting up a trading range. We continue to put in lower highs, which is not good, but we're not putting in lower lows. We're not breaking down yet. So for me to come out here and say, guys, I have no doubt in my mind that Bitcoin is going to break these support levels and go a heck of a lot lower, that would be irresponsible. I'm not going to predict what the market's going to do. I will predict what it will do if we break down below certain support levels, and it's going to get ugly really, really fast. But right now, we're bouncing. So let's spend a moment and talk about these Bollinger Bands. The Bollinger Bands are tightening up a bit. That's a good sign. They were quite wide back here, especially up here. Now they're beginning to tighten up some. We continue to make lower highs on RSI, but guess what? While today we took out the lows of January the 11th, where we put in this yearly low on the RSI, we haven't done that. We haven't taken out that low yet due to today's bounce. Now, you could bet your bottom dollar if we break the support level, we'll take out this low on RSI, and that will be a lower low. So do I see any buy signal here now besides the fact that we're testing a very critical support level? No, I'm not. Let's drill down to, let's go to a 2-hour chart. All right, so we've noted that we have a bounce on the day, but just take note that where that bounce occurred, it occurred as we hit and tapped the third standard deviation Bollinger Band, which, I'll keep it simple, is not where you're supposed to be normally, okay? You're not supposed to be there tapping this lower band on a relative basis. So it's really critical. If you buy right now, you need to use a stop right below the day's lows. Please commit to that, because if it breaks, if we break down below the support level, we're coming down to here at 12,664. Now, on a weekly chart, we spoke about this the last time we talked about Bitcoin. We appeared to be setting up a nice consolidation. So far this week, we have a bearish key reversal on the week, meaning we were trading higher, but we have since reversed, and we are now trading just off of the lows of the week. That is not good. So once again, we're gonna bring into play our support and resistance levels. If we break down below these support levels, folks, you need to preserve your capital. So please commit to yourself to stop out of these positions. Now let's take a moment. Let's talk about Ethereum. Now, Ethereum has been a better performer of late than what has been Bitcoin. So the first thing that concerns me here is that I mentioned this earlier with Bitcoin, but we're talking about the third standard deviation Bollinger Band now on a weekly basis and not on a 2-hour basis, which is where I talked about that Bollinger Band. Look at Bitcoin back a few weeks ago. You get the picture? All right, so we're here on Ethereum relative to where Bitcoin was trading. I'm going to go back to Ethereum right now. Take a photo of this. Do a print screen. Come back to it. Let's go to Ethereum. Get the picture? No new weekly high, and we are now pulling back. I would not be a buyer of Ethereum. Let the froth come off of this coin. RSI, it's coming off of its highs. Let's go to a daily chart, see how we're looking. We're holding support here, but we have definite resistance at 1,400 on Ethereum. Support at the 1,200 level is a bit iffy. I would prefer to see this support level here tested at, let's call it 1,084. That would be far more interesting to me as a support level to see get defended. We have a lower high on RSI and lower lows. Folks, I wouldn't buy Ethereum right now, especially with the weekly chart coming off of extreme overbought levels. Let's take a look at a 2-hour chart. On a 2-hour basis, it looks as though we may pop here, but I think that rally is going to get sold. Let's scroll down to a 1-hour chart. Yeah, we're holding this support level here at 12,005. But if I had to flip a coin here, folks, and hazard a guess, I think that in the short term, the path of least resistance is to the downside, and I would avoid Ethereum. Let's take a quick look at Bitcoin, see how it's changed since we last spoke about it, and then I want to shut it down for the evening. All right, so we're still holding support here. Now, what's the play here if I were day trading Bitcoin? And I'm not a day trader. It's not my forte. Me, I would need to see a washout, meaning RSI down below 20 with a capitulation volume bar. That would get me excited to begin picking up some shares at a support level. Now, we're at a support level now, but we don't have an extreme oversold condition. So, honestly, as a day trade, this is not one that I would consider a day trade. Not for my style of trade, and I respect other day traders out there with better strategies. Me, I'm more of a tactician. I like to play from a higher level view, weekly charts, and drill down to daily charts. I'm a swing trader. And from that perspective, weekly chart, we're threatening to take out a support level here. So if I bought, it would be very, very small, and I would use a stop right below the day's lows. Because if we take out the day's lows, folks, we're probably going down a lot lower, and we're going to challenge these support levels. And honestly, and if we take out the lows of the 30th, and especially the lows of the 22nd of December, you have to respect the fact that we're going to drop fast, really fast, because there's an air pocket between this support level here and this. Let's throw a line up here. This support level here at 12,683.75. That's a pretty big drop. So please use a stop loss order. Don't have delusions of grandeur. If you want to scratch the itch, do it. Keep it small. Use a stop and get out if we break down to new daily lows. And that's it, folks. Until we get a bullish key reversal on the day. What's a bullish key reversal for those folks that are out there not familiar with technical analysis? A bullish key reversal is this formation right here, where we were down on the day, then we rallied to close higher. That normally indicates that you have sufficient enough buyers below that will help support the shares. And you may be reading negatively into this and saying, well, a lot of good that did. Look at the beating that it took the following day. Well, we still haven't closed down below that day's lows. So while, yes, this is a bearish event, you would have liked to have seen a follow-through to the upside. We didn't get it, but we didn't break down to new lows yet. Now, when do I get bullish on Bitcoin? When we close above this declining upper band of resistance. In fact, we need to modify it. All right, so if we close above this declining 45-degree angle, upper band of now resistance, that would be a buy signal to me because I know exactly where to put my stop, right below it, if we roll back over once again. And where I would want to add more is on a rally and a close above this peak here, last seen on the 6th. And man, if we break out and close above the all-time highs on Bitcoin, hell, I'd step in myself and buy some Bitcoin. But we're a long way from that conversation right now. The price of Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're under siege right now. They're being tested. So tread with caution, folks. And that's it for tonight. Everybody have a great evening. And I hope I answered everybody's questions. If not, please leave a comment either on the website or on YouTube or StockTwits or Twitter, wherever you're watching this. And I'll talk to you soon. Be well, folks.